Hello, IK here. Arrow function where's call function. Here it is a component, declaration of object component, that object equal arrow function. Arrow function always. It means that during initial rendering, first rendering, it would be defined of function. It would be defined. This is reference would be created in memory, and that reference point to this arrow function. This arrow function. It is complete component. And in body, it is here is parameter nothing, and in body of arrow function we have all what we need for component. And what we need, look at here. Here we declare constant, we declare here it is the structure assignment, but value is directly call use state function. It means it would be execute in initial rendering. Rendering is processing, and when process to have call of function, processing call that function. Here calling use state function, call use state function, use state function. But we cannot call function if it is not defined before. Here it is, we defined component, functional component. We defined first equal arrow function. Always when equal arrow function means defining, and initial rendering would be defined function, declare function, and after that can be used. But now immediately we use function use state. Here we immediately call function use dispatch. Use dispatch. It means in initial rendering will call, would be called, this function use dispatch would be called, use state would be called. How it is possible? Here, use selector would be called. It is syntax for calling function, and first rendering called that function. Also here, constant on title chain. Oh no, here is arrow function. Here is again definition, defined. We defined always when arrow function, we defined it first. Initial rendering would define that function, and calling of that function is possible only when happen on title change. When event happened, what event? On change event. On change will going to call this on title change. On title change is handler, event handler. Also event handler, event handler. Only event handler. But here it is immediately calling of use state, use dispatch, use selector. And here we save on save post click. Again, equal arrow function at first must be defined, and after that called. When called? Only when on click happened. On click happened. And if we have directly a call here dispatch, it would be immediately called, and it would not it. Okay. Here is an excellent example, and in every component we have that situation. component, functional component equal arrow function, because must be at first defined in initial rendering. At post form, there is only initial rendering, because in that initial rendering have all initial value. Title would be empty, set content empty, set user ID would be empty. It is initial value. And we, after that, fill that form what we with value what we want. Type in title, type in content, and choose set user ID. Also, object dispatch immediately in initial value there is a value from this function use dispatch. How it is possible that we call something what we didn't define? Possible because we have to define. Definition is here in import. Imports use a state from React. It is definition. It is when we import use state, it is like we copy code of use state in this file. And in initial rendering, that would be defined. Import use state is definition in our file, define, declare use state. Also here, import use dispatch and use selector. It is defined. Here is a post edit from post slice. It is defined. Because of that, here it is possible dispatch, because it is defined here in initial. But when we click on button, start second rendering, and in that rendering dispatch start execution on save post click event handler, and that even not rendering but event handler, and because it was defined before, and here we have happen dispatch because it is defined before. Post edit also execute. How? Because it is defined before. Where? Here. Post edit here. Okay. After dispatch post edit, we set title to empty, set content to empty, set user ID to empty, and we're ready again to fill our form. Okay. Very, very important knowledge, deep knowledge. It is what I now said here in this video, and because it is declarative programming, we don't know nothing about use state. We don't know nothing about coding, use selectors. Some other code it for us, but we know how use it. We know how by that hook function achieved our goals, and it is declarative. We must import what we need, but we don't need code what we need. It is also my definition of declarative programming. Thank you for watching this video.